Good morning, Coach Prime. How are you, sir?
Awesome. Glad everyone's here. Blessed and highly favored. Wonderful game. Coach Bender had his guys ready to play. They were tough. They was physical, fast, smart. They came to play some football, and that's what we expected. He took advantage of a tremendous opportunity in his kids' ball. So hats off to him, hats off to his program, and I'm a fan of he and his program. We overcame tremendous adversity. They kind of took away the pass a little bit by the coverages that they played, but we came out of there with a 184 yards rushing, led by Savion Wilkerson. Field goal kicker, Alejandro was awesome as usual. Punting game with Sam Johnson was awesome as usual. We kicked off the ball well. Special teams did their part. Team effort, coaches coached their butts off, made tremendous adjustments at halftime, and defense is what it is. I'm looking at they rushed for $134, 3.1 per carry. They only threw for 137 yards. We gave up a couple things that we shouldn't have allowed that. But overall, great win, great team effort, which we're 7-0, and I'm proud of that.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Our first question comes from Charles Bishop.
How you doing, Coach?
How you doing, sir?
Hey, I want to start off, and you mentioned it in your opening statement with regards to facing adversity, and you touched on it in the walkthrough, how you said that there will be a time where they will face adversity. How gratifying is it to know that your team responds to that and has been able to overcome whatever adversity they faced thus far this season?
Well, I'm happy that their coach for that. Coach is doing a heck of a job. I mean, a heck preparing them for the different things and what we go over in the morning meetings with different videos, different speeches to really prepare them not only for football, but for life's adversities. And the kids responded. They responded well. We fumbled in red zone, I believe. We threw an interception in the red zone. We jumped offside in the red zone. We left 21 points out there, and that to me, that's adversity. And they had like a 4th and short at the beginning of the game. They went for it on our side of the field, which would have changed the whole darn game at the onset. But they got it, and they went on as well. But that's adversity right there. Someone in your home, on your homecoming, going for it on that side of the field, that was tremendous. But that's believing in your team. That's why I got a lot of love and respect for the coaching staff.
Our next question comes from Dr. Cavill.
Good afternoon, Coach Prime.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Talked about getting some key players back on the defensive side of the ball, and that included Travis Hunter, but we saw him on the offense in terms of getting some time in there for 4 receptions, 24 yards. Right. Talk about what he was able to do coming back into the game, also as well as another freshman top 100 recruit, if you would, in terms of Kevin Coleman, that continues to get some things done with the reception in there, and also in terms of what he did on the kickoff.
Well, we're excited about the freshmen that we have. We take a lot of pride in that because we don't take too many kids out of high school. We live in and we eat from the portal. We don't die from nothing. I hate that word, but we eat from the portal. So those guys are truly contributing. When you talk about someone like Travis, he places fear in people's heart when he's on the offense or defensive side of the ball. I think they had several attempts at him, but it wasn't insignificant at all. And he's just a solid player. Offensively, we targeted him 5 times and hit him 4. That's pretty darn good. We should be better. We got a little happy going to him on the goal line. I felt like we should just ran the darn football. While we're trying to throw a fade stop to Travis when we got a guy 6'4" on the other side of the darn field. So those little things we got to correct. But I'm happy with the way it turned out. I'm happy with the contribution from our freshmen. And please don't forget Mr. Mata. Please don't forget Mr. Mata. Whenever you give me a lineup of freshmen, only kicks that he missed has been blocked. Yeah, and we're going to get whoever allowed that block off that team so they don't block anymore. But Mr. Mata has been our go-to. I mean, when we get across that 50-yard line, it's model time. You know, it don't matter where he at, he's gonna make it. All right, that's what we say. That's my little squiggy, man. I love him to life. We got a great kicking staff. I call them staff because they like grown men. They do a phenomenal job. That's the biggest upgrade we've had this year. Not offensively, not defensively, but the kicking unit has been phenomenal. Those guys are good.
All right, our next question comes from Zach McKinnell.
Hey, how you doing, Coach?
How you doing, sir?
And you just mentioned your kicker being almost automatic this season outside of some blocks, but we know in the red zone you guys want to get 7 points if you can.
Right.
What's been the message from the staff, and what have you guys seen on film on how you guys can turn some of these red zone opportunities into 7 rather than 3 moving forward?
We got to run the ball. We got to be more aggressive with the run. Everyone knows we got a quarterback that can spin it, and we got receivers that can go get it. So oftentimes those teams are dropping 7, they're dropping 8, and we just got to go get it. We got to run the football hard nose, and we got to score. So that's pretty much the formula. We just got to want it a lot more than they do not want us to score. It's just attitude there. And the red zone is straight out attitude. It has nothing to do with a tremendous amount of scheme, because DBs could be brave because you don't have a 10 or 15 yards to darn cover. Anybody could do that, you know? So we just got to want it a lot more than they want it.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we have time for 2 more questions. Jim Klein, Peter.
Hi, Coach. Yes, would you talk a little bit about Southern and what impresses you about them overall, and especially their quarterback, Bashawn McCray?
Southern's a good, solid football team. I mean, I'm not going to say what transpired last year because it's a new coaching staff. So you got to really think about our Prairie View. You got to really, think about some things of where the coach comes from and what transpired there with him, if I'm correct. But they're a tough football team, man. I'm not going to sit up there and say this guy, because we have a really good football team as well. And you talk about their quarterback, we have a really good quarterback as well. And we got some guys that can really rush the passer as well. Defensively, they're going to have a problem. It's easy to sit up there and lift them up, which they're well coached. They're a team that's pretty good. Games like this is going to come down to being disciplined. Remember that. It's going to come down to being disciplined. The penalties, the dumb bonehead plays that some kids may have at certain times, blowing coverages and doing things they shouldn't do at the most opportune time. It's going to come to discipline, and that's who's going to take this game home, the most disciplined team.
All right, our next question from Kyle Mosley.
Hey, Coach Prime, how are you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Good, good. Hey, look, you have been covered by 60 Minutes and as well as my affiliates with Sports Illustrated. You
Yes, sir.
talked to the P-Valley cast about how they have touched different demographics, and I know that the HBCU landscape has been opened up because of your contributions as well. How important is it for us to moving forward to keep the message out there to the mainstream media and people who are not familiar with HBCUs?
I think it's very important. You got to understand, P-Valley is a wonderful show, which should be an award-winning show that touches all demographics, all social climates, and whosoever will. Shouldn't we be like that as men and women? We should not be judgmental by any means. We should open our arms and our hearts to everyone and show them love and respect and appreciation. And I feel like that's what we should do with HBCUs. We got to open our hearts and our minds to changes, to different ideologies and just different thoughts, and proceed with those thoughts and make them manifest. We can't be narrow-minded and closed-minded thinking and saying, well, it worked like this 25 years. No, it really didn't. It really didn't. We say it did, but it really didn't. And no one talks about the truth of the matter of we have some dysfunction and we need to fix it. So I'm just willing to go out there and step out and say, you know what? I want all to come. I want to invite everybody. I don't know who's coming this week. We got a whole lineup of people that we could choose. And we're going to keep on continuing to do what we do because we're trying to reach and teach and touch the majority, not the minority. We've already touched the minority.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Coach Prime, we thank you, and good luck coming up this weekend against Southern University.
I appreciate it. Dr. Cabell, much love. I know you had one more. Did you have one more, my man? Are you good?
I'm good, Coach Prime. I appreciate it.
Okay, because you didn't let my other brother talk. Now, he always asks me one question. James Hill.
All right, James
Coach
Hill, last
Prime.
question.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to run your stuff, but he usually gets a question.
My
Go
guy, Coach Prime, I hope you can hear me. I've had internet issues. Can you talk about Shador? He is blazing a trail towards competing for freshman.
Well, Shador's doing all right, right? You know, we had our weekly brunch, and I just got on his butt about, we got 3 points in the red zone. Do not do anything to forfeit the 3, trying to get to 7. You and your partner over there on the right side, Travis, I know y'all homies, but y'all leave that foolishness alone on the field, and let's take these 3 and not forfeit the 7, all right? To forfeit the 3 by throwing a mindless pick. I said, you lucky that was me. I would have ran it all the way back and high stepped it on you. That's the kind of conversations a father can have with his son. But in the moment, I'm heated. I'm upset because he knows better. But I'm happy. I think he threw for another 74, 75% completion percentage, which when they're dropping 8, man, they were playing like a 3 cloud. And shoot, you look back, there was 8 people deep. And sometimes, but we got the job done. So I'm happy with Shador. We're not we think about winning. If you win, and he plays well, then we'll give some thought to that as well.
Thank you, Coach. Have a blessed week.
Appreciate it. God bless you all.
Coach Prime, thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.